Good morning. Look at those colors. And the lane's not even in full color yet. I don't know, it's just not lost on me how beautiful it is. Good morning. I'm grabbing my coffee, I set it down. It's been a minute, hasn't it? A lot of minutes. You guys, this summer got crazy with the garden, with the animals. I intended, oh sure buddy, yeah, that's fine. I intended to do weekly garden updates. That's what I really, really wanted to do. Because it's been such a restoration project in this space, and I didn't. And by the way, I'm Meg. Welcome to Haven Hill. There's actually a few new of you. This is our little teeny tiny corner over here. Bless your hearts. I'm Meg White. This is Haven Hill. These are the dead gardens at this point. It is, what day is it today? It is a Friday, October 14. I know that because my daughter's birthday is tomorrow. Willow, her birthday's tomorrow. So I intended to do these weekly updates and that didn't happen. We ended up putting together a curated farmer's market CSA basket. So fun and incredibly exhausting. Way, way, way more work than what I thought. But what happens in our internet out here is that it just can't sustain everything. So not only are we Haven Hill Homestead out here and restoring our place, but I'm also a photographer, and I've been a photographer for a very long time. So to get our internet to sustain editing, man, this is heavy. This camera is heavy. It's not really, but gosh, I am out of shape when it comes to holding it. To get our internet to sustain editing, YouTube videos, uploading, I got so bogged down and so far behind that I just stopped the YouTube portion of it. But don't worry, we just got an email from, what's the internet that we want to use? Starlink. We've been on their wait list for about a year, and it's only going to be another year. Thanks, Starlink. Anyway, we've tried lots of things. I've said that before in this space. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do now. Now that photography season has calmed down, gardening season is pretty well done. Now we're just going to start amending beds. But what I wanted to show you this morning. Oh, does he look cute this morning? Hold on one second. I need one more hand. Look at this little guy. Hi. Hey, my little Carhartt baby. You are precious. You are precious. You gonna bring it to mommy? He's trying to bring me my coffee. Oh, thank you, Pumpkin. It's not super warm anymore. It is 36 degrees today, and what I wanted to show you is we're gonna try to dig up. So our potato crop, we did just a test potato crop. I didn't have a lot of room. I want to do way, way more. The potatoes were delicious. We just did Yukon Gold, a really basic potato from Renee's garden. That's where we got our potato starts from. And then last minute I decided to throw in sweet potatoes. They looked great all year. We have had 2 or 3 frosts already. The leaves are completely dead. About 2 or 3 weeks ago I tried digging up a section of sweet potatoes and it was next to nothing. So I'm pretty certain this particular sweet potato crop is not going to be fantastic. But there's lots of lessons that we learned in the garden this year. There's a lot more soil amending that needs to happen. Oh, I really hope I have my camera. I just had to make sure I have the volume on. See, I'm so out of practice with this. Lots more amending. But also, so much good came out of the garden this year. You guys, let me just show you. The okra plants are dead now, but let me show you. I have never, actually there's a few little stragglers. They won't grow anymore. It's been too cold. But, so the frost has killed all the leaves. You guys, some of these plants, I bet, got to be, so I'm 5'6". I bet they are 8 feet tall, 10 feet tall. Here, let me show you. So remember, this is October. Everything's dead now. We've had 2 frosts. This is fascinating. This side of the garden, which would be the north side of the garden, every plant, no matter what it is, has been smaller on the north side Then you go up here to the side by the barn. Look at that. Look at that. Hey Cooper, come here. Can I show you how tall this plant is in relationship to you? What? Come here a minute. You were trying to give me my coffee, you little stinker. He doesn't even like coffee, but you don't want that. That's Aki. That's for Mama's. Oh. So this year we planted, I don't know, 12. Cooper is now taller than, I'm sorry, 12 or 15 okra plants. I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, maybe 16, 20 okra plants. This two variety, this is what they did. They grew the fastest, stopped. Completely stunted, don't know why. Hey Deeks. Oh, honey bunny, thank you.
What about the
thank you.
Still on it?
Yeah, oh, it's done. So, look at this. Cooper, go stand back by those two. Coop's probably 5'7", 5'8" now.
5'6",
Look at that.
5'7".
I mean, that's a solid, 10. I bet they're solid 8 feet tall. What? It was so good. 10, 9? You think? 10? I don't know. I'm such a poor judge of it. Okay, so these are my two. You were supposed to get it, remember? Yeah, you were gonna get it. So this is what happened after the frost with all the sweet potato vines. Yeah, sweet potato vines. So it'll be really interesting to see what's under. I'm not expecting much, if I'm being honest. And that's okay. It's okay because if it's not a lot, well, I've never grown sweet potatoes before. And let's just see. I knew for a fact they were not going to grow if I didn't plant them. So I figured let's just try. And then life happens. So we're gonna dig up, see what we have. Like I said, the Yukon Golds were great this year. Our carrots were great. Those were the ones, those were 2 test crops. I did a very different variety of carrots. Our carrots were not great last year. They did so good. So yeah, let's just see what's going on with you this morning. Say hey to YouTube. It's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a long while. And then we have... Oh. He's laughing, don't worry. That's Chad with the 2 hats on. We told our kids that it's hunting season and we have a lot of hunters around us, so we said fluorescent hats are now in session. You must wear them. So Coop said he would help me try to dig before the ground is frozen. I'm not gonna lie, I was slightly tempted. Is there any? Is there? Oh my, look at that. Okay, so see, that's why you want to dig maybe a little bit further back so you don't pierce it. Hey, it's something. It's something. It's not nothing. It's not fantastic. Oh, it's pretty cracked. Yeah, I know it. So this is what I noticed in the other section, is we had these. But I didn't have anything like this. So definitely need some soil amending, which we're getting ready to do, and I'll walk you through that when we are ready. But it's something. It is something. They're wonky, but they're there. Where's the pile?
Mom, look at these chili peppers.
Oh, look at that guy. That's a good one.
We can have it for lunch.
Yeah.
Mom, help. Mom, little help.
No, he's okay, honey. He doesn't need it on. It's starting to warm up slightly.
No, it's not. Oh.
I don't think it is.
This ground is really, like, it definitely needs more
water to it?
No, more nutrients.
Mom, can Deacon move? He's in the way of the shot.
Dude.
What's that?
Honey, you need to back up just a little bit. Thank you.
Mom, look. Just look.
Yep,
Look at that.
honey, I know. Can you leave it down?
Good one. Yeah.
Hey, it might be enough for a meal. But, like I said, it's something. Oh, grab that little guy.
Yeah. This one?
Nope. That one. Okay, watch out, mister.
This one? This one?
I'm pretty sure he's been waiting to do this all season. Okay, so the situation with sweet potatoes is, I mean, like I said, it wasn't nothing, but it wasn't great. It was definitely not a utter flop, but pretty much. This is what we have, long and skinny. Let me try to, thank you, bud. So, I mean, some of them we'll save. It'll be like, what, a meal for a family? Maybe not quite. So what this means is, well, I'll have to do a little bit more research. My initial research is there's too much nitrogen, which I don't fully believe that in here. It could be, but based off of, it's so tricky because based off of everything else, I would say that's not true. I'm going to think through things, think through that. Here's what I do know. As we're digging down, this soil is so much better than the spring. I've shared that in this space before. It really is. Like, it's definitely more workable. However, the ground is nowhere close to being frozen yet, and it was still really hard to even get down in there. So my thought process, more so than anything else, is that it's just still so compacted. So we'll see. We have a plan, we have a game plan for what we're gonna do with all the garden spaces this winter. I'm not gonna share that in this film or this video, but I will share that in another upcoming one, because we still have to work through a few different things. Yeah. Monkey see, monkey do, that's for sure. What are you doing? You climbing? Yeah. So as you can see, the frost has definitely killed everything. I mean, there's still some tomatoes. We went in before our first frost and cut down every tomato that we thought would turn. And they're downstairs in our sunroom greenhouse area. Hopefully they will they will ripen. Yeah, so everything else is ready to be torn down, and that is what we're going to start working on today. I did just harvest the rest of our carrots too. Look at these, that's massive. Tons and tons of carrots. So I did the rainbow carrots. I did not thin them this year. I mean, we're not going to be selling these. These are for us. I probably, to be honest, won't thin them next year either. This was actually kind of cute. I showed my daughter this one. Look at this one. And Willow goes, "That's like marriage in a carrot." And I just looked at her and I said, "You are so right. When two become one." How cool is that? My little poet, my little artist. There was one more that way and I can't find it right now. Anyway, rainbow carrots, we'll be doing lots of them next year. The other thing that she's doing today is cutting down. I just told her, I said, you need to cut down this gumfrena. The gumfrena was beautiful. Here's the really cool thing about gumfrena, kind of like straw flowers. If you dry them, they keep a lot of their color. Maybe not all of it, but a lot of it. So she's cutting them down. We will grow so much more gumfrena next year. Just filling them in a bag. Bringing the beauty inside because we know the winters get long. It is definitely a family affair to get the garden cleared out. Good job, bud. Okra is really strong. Like the stalks are super. You got it. Good job.
I broke it.
So I actually wasn't gonna put it in this video, but I guess I will now. We are taking down all of our panels. We're going to do them again, but because it's became very obvious that while we did well this year, the weeds have gotten out of control, which is what I thought would happen. We're going to cover the whole thing for the winter with tarp. Okay, so I wasn't gonna put this in this video, but I will because we're just gonna go ahead and work on it. We are taking every panel, every T-post, every arch out, actually. And the reason being is, one, we wanted to do this last year and we just ran out of time. We definitely want to have the whole thing covered. We actually might burn it as well. We want to have the whole thing covered all winter after we put a layer of compost down. because the weeds have been so bad. I mean, that's to be expected. We knew that was going to happen. We have some character developing that we're working on today too. Anyway, so that's the situation in the vegetable garden, the herbs. Willows, we will cover some spots of willows. Flower garden with leaves, yeah. Hers was not near as bad this year. And we did use a different compost in hers. And we covered it a lot heavier with mulch. So I mean, until probably the last couple, I don't know, the last month of where it was actually actively growing. You know, the weeds obviously got to be a lot, but it wasn't near as bad as what ours was. So clean edges, covering everything, deciding if we're going to increase or expand, I should say. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not. I have a lot of ideas that are going around in my head for the garden, for Haven Hill, for everything that we want to do out here. So just prioritizing, and right now, no matter what, the number one job is to prep it for winter. Rumor has it that it's going to be a rough winter. So that's what we're working on today. Wanted to harvest those sweet potatoes, which were finished harvesting the carrots, which are amazing. And now just starting the process of tearing everything down. And then Jace will come in. Like his main thing on the weekends right now is he will come in, like if we can get things torn down to a certain point, he will come in and start doing the edging, the covering, possibly the burning, and go from there. So yeah, we'll see.
I'm just pulling it this way.
You go make some noises.
Oh, thank you!
You're nice and warm.
Diggy wee.
Say hello.
Diggy
Hello. Yeah, you're sweet.
Is this the chicken? Okay, look. Oh, like
ready, go.
Oh, buddy.
All right. It is deconstructed. The first massive garden at Haven Hill. We had a little one last year, but the first massive one is deconstructed.
Gone.
Yeah, it's weird. It feels like a great accomplishment, but a lot of work yet to do. Yeah. Okay, so I was gonna go up and show you the sheep area, but I think I'm gonna wait. I feel like this is already gonna be longer than what I intended, so I think I'm gonna wait. Maybe I'll show you that later this week, because I have to update you on the sheep and where we're headed with sheep. But this is the garden. This is where it's at now, and now the crazy part is it's gonna be working all winter as the compost sits, as the tarps cover it and everything. And that's exciting because it's gonna make me super, super excited for this coming spring. So yeah, it's good. What are you guys doing?
Making a big pile.
Just making a big pile?
Make like a walkway.
You're gonna make a walkway around it? Okay. Yeah, you too. What are you making?
I love how he does this with his hands.
I know. What are you making, Deeks? Are you just playing? Yeah, you just playing.
He's just right.
Okay, so I'm coming where it's quiet just for a minute because I wanted to end this video. And sometimes that's a little bit hard. And I'm taking you to my favorite spot. It's our lane. I have a lot of favorite spots, don't I? It's our lane, but the lane is almost completely aflame. Let me just flip the camera around. Look at this. So when we found this house, this is how the lane looked. And I was just completely wooed by it, completely smitten. I love it. It's gorgeous. Okay, you often hear me say, let me see if I can get that to focus. You often hear me say a garden is never just a garden, and I believe that. So here are my, actually let me go set this down over here. Okay, I found a quiet spot to close this video out. So, okay, you often hear me say that, or if you don't, in the Instagram space, I do often say that a garden is never just a garden. Like, I believe it's so much more. Like, it's just not just a garden. There's so much you can learn in a garden, and I think that's why it's a space that I cherish so much, because yeah, we grew food this year. Got a lot of room for improvement, but we do grow a lot of food. We grew enough food that I mentioned that we did the curated farmers market CSA basket this year for 12 other families. That was a lot of food. Now, they came once a month, so I wasn't providing their food for an entire month, but the goal was to introduce them to different types of food. The goal was to introduce them to things that you can do with the food. The goal was to introduce them to other people in this area, from meat to one of my favorite stores that sells just really cool items. Hey, Irish. Recipe cards, all those things, and it was great. And it made me just think that while there's a lot of room for growth in the soil, and we do have our work cut out for us, the garden was a success. The garden was a success. Even though our sweet potatoes didn't turn out, and our tomatoes, some of our tomato plants were unbelievable, and other ones were a bit wonky, and the herbs were amazing, the okra was amazing, the flowers were amazing, but then the green peppers were, like, I got 2, but then my jalapeno and my serrano and my chili peppers, they were prolific this year. Okay, so the point is, goodness, it's a success, even if it's not perfect. And so just plant your seeds. Whatever seeds you need to hear, whether it's talking about the actual physical seeds of a garden or something that you are working towards in your life, just plant them. Because you might get a little bit of growth, you might get a lot, you might get enough to share, but goodness, there's always beauty to be found. And I think that's why the beauty is so important. To grow your beauty, it keeps you going. So at the end of our very first massive garden here at Haven Hill, I'm really encouraged. I'm really encouraged. There's some things that I wanted to do better, but God, I'm just encouraged, like we did it. So anyway, whatever it's worth, to anybody else that might be contemplating a garden next year or just planting any other sorts of seeds, nice butt picture, do it. Put the seeds in. It's your greatest chance to have any growth, because if you don't, I guarantee they won't grow. So, good first year at Haven Hill. All right, enjoy the beautiful fall day. What is the temperature where you're at? We are at now, let's see. It was about 34 this morning when we got up. That's why we all had hats on and everything. It is warming up, but it still is probably 40s, I would say. It won't load out here. Oh, it says 52. So we just passed the 50s. It's gorgeous, and we definitely need to just spend as much time outside as possible because the long winter is coming. So anyway, until next time, I hope you have really a beautiful day and find some sort of beauty somewhere in your life that you can just look at and be like, okay, let's keep going. So anyway, until next time.